Hi, welcome to the next episode of Breakroom Chats. Breakroom Chats are where we share information with our customers from experts at Broadcom or our partners. I am Sehjung Hah and work as a product marketing engineer on VMware Cloud Foundation. I would like to introduce Navaneetha Krishna from Product Management.
Thanks, Sejin. I'm very glad to be here. I'm a group product manager with the VCF division, and I specifically take care of the operations portfolio.
Welcome. Now that VCF 9.0 is available, how has VCF operations evolved over time? Like what is different in VCF operations for VCF 9.0 customers?
If you look at things historically, there were multiple products in the portfolio. Right? You can think of concepts like availability management, performance management, capacity management, and costing, all of which came from a product called RE Operations. And for all of log management, we had a different standalone product called Log Insights. Your network operations came from ARIA Network Insights, and all of the diagnostics use cases came from two different products in the portfolio. One was called Skyline Advisor, which was a SaaS service, and that also had an on-prem variant called Skyline Health Diagnostics. And historically, each of these products targeted a variety of use cases and targeted various different personas to essentially compete in the general market. And we aim to become a hybrid cloud kind of a operations product. And that has changed very dramatically post-acquisition for us. And the focus since then has been on VCF to deliver the best private cloud experience for our customers. And to do that, we have converged all of these products in the operations space into one single interface called VCF Operations. And that is essentially bringing together what we call as a multitude of operational data, which being metrics, events, logs, configurations, and network flows into this one single data lake supported by VCF Operations. And what that does allows us to do is to drive these very interesting use cases that are very, very central to VCF. And one of the great examples of this convergence is in the area of VCF Health and Diagnostics, which really helps customers understand if their VCF software stack is working in a healthy state or not.
Yes, these changes will simplify how customers manage their private cloud. Now, what specific infrastructure health challenges do customers encounter that VCF 9.0 addresses for them?
One of the primary challenges that customers have faced is in keeping the VCF software stack healthy. It was just very hard to achieve this outcome with a multitude of products in the previous portfolio. And delivering such a value proposition really, really needed a very tight integration between the various components of the stack, right? And that's precisely what the team has solved with VCF 9. We in fact spoke to several customers to get a sense of what health actually means to them, right? And that translated to three main perspectives that we have incorporated in the product. The first perspective is in what we call as discovering the known issues, right? This is to really help customers understand if they have exposures to some of the known problems that we know impact our software stack. These are well-known problems to the extent that there is a large corpus of knowledge base available in terms of our support community to try and understand how to detect these problems and also understand how to remediate some of these issues. This is really a post-facto assessment of things having gone wrong in the environment, helping customers detect them in a timely fashion and help them remediate in order to recover from that issue. That's number one. The second perspective is what we call as monitoring the operational state. Now think of this like a cockpit view in an aircraft, where as a pilot you get to see critical parameters for some of the most important KPIs that are relevant in the context of flying the aircraft in a healthy state. Now the same thing, put it in the context of VCF. Things like, is my vCenter healthy? Are my vMotions working fine? Is my ESX host in a healthy state or not? Right? And many other such things, sort of bringing together into one single visualization called as the operational state. That's the second perspective. And the third perspective is when neither of this work for you, you still need a way to reach to Broadcom support. And this is all about how do we make that leg of the experience seamless, right? Is it easy to generate log bundles, for example? Can we ensure that the generated log bundles have enough context for the tech support engineer to resolve your issues faster? Now, each of these perspectives translates to its own set of experiences within the product in VCF 9. The discovering the known issues folds into an experience called as diagnostics findings. This is essentially bringing together the capabilities that were part of both Skyline Advisor and Skyline Health Diagnostics natively into VCF operations. You don't need any additional deployments to be made, no other configurations to be made. All the goodness of those two product lines are a native capability starting VCF 9. Monitoring the operational state, which is essentially a collection of KPIs that are very critical in the context of VCF, is folding into its own experience called as VCF Health. This is again a net new experience that you would see as you adopt VCF 9. And the last perspective, which is all about engaging Broadcom support with full context, translates to its own experience called as Log Assist. Now, if you may recall, if you've used Skyline Advisor in the past, this was a very well adopted feature within that product line. Now, I'm happy to announce that that capability is now a native part of VCF operations. Now, what is important to know is that such an experience, a well-knit experience in the past, needed the users to switch between multiple product consoles. It needed them to build their own custom logic, their own custom dashboards. And I really hope that this feature that is bringing all of these capabilities into one single layer really helps our customers deliver a superior private cloud experience for their end users within their organizations.
Yes, all those capabilities and features will definitely be useful for the customers. And I'm glad that they're listening in on this episode to know about these features. So how does VCF 9.0 enhance customer benefits by integrating with other third-party tools that customers use?
So while the primary focus for us has been in solving VCF specific use cases, and we want to ship that out of the box, absolutely, we are really invested in building a range of capabilities to make it easier for customers to integrate with their external systems. For example, we have a very extensive range of APIs available in our API suite. We have made significant enhancements there to ensure that it is Open API v3 compliant, so that as customers, you can pick and choose what objects you want to send it to VCF Ops, what metrics, custom metrics you want to create and send it to VCF Operations in order to get that full stack topology for all the way from VI to any of the external systems that matter to you. We also invested in what we call as the management pack builder, which is a completely zero code, low code kind of a framework that allows you to connect to any REST API compliant endpoint of your choice. And you can use that to build a management pack of your choice. This is all in the UI. Workflows are tightly controlled to let you decide what objects you're interested in monitoring, what metrics you want to collect from each of those objects. You can, in fact, go ahead and define interesting topologies between those objects. And at the end of all of this, what you get is a management pack that you can load it to VR Ops or VCF Operations and get that full stack benefits that VCF Operations has to offer. And what we've also done is in investing in a range of integration SDKs that if you have access to a developer within your organization, you can use these integration SDKs to build a management pack very similar to how a VMware internal engineer would build. And what we have done over the last couple of releases is to ensure that this is available in multiple languages. We have one in Python, one in Java, and we also ensured it is available to any customers of choice. So previously it needed you to register with our partner program to get access to our SDKs. It's just freely available now.
Great. That's a lot of capabilities. I've always heard that APIs are the next currency. So having our customers with all those choices in terms of integrations and APIs, that's going to really help them. Navaneetha, thank you for explaining how simple it is to manage and operate VMware Cloud Foundation 9.0 as customers work on building and deploying their private cloud infrastructure.
Thank you, Sehjung. Thanks for having me on the session today.